Hey guys, this is Cordis, Caesar, Book 529. Sorry about my voice, feeling a little under the weather. But here we go. Starts out, Titurius was crying out repeatedly uh, that that this argument against him um, that they would act too late when larger comparative there bands of enemies with the Germans having joined them. Out of absolute. Um, or or when some disasters had been accepted or had happened in nearby winter camps. The opportunity for consulting was short. I'm going to start here with an indirect statement in Klami-Tabat, and then cum clause here, cognitive sense, subjunctive, main verb. Of course, have of absolute, then another cum clause, keptum being the main verb. Then consulendi is a gerund here, and calamitatis is actually a partitive genitive. So the guy we're talking about here is Quintus Titurius Sabinus. He's one of Caesar's legati in Gaul, and here Caesar refers to him by his nomen. Elsewhere uses cognomen Sabinus. And then up here, Sero Vectoros. That they would act too late. Indirect statement again. Okay, and then what Caesar's doing here is he's sort of painting Titurius out to be like irrational, or shouting, going this rant, and he's not very calm and collected. Moving on. About that, so I have here, he was thinking that Caesar had set out into Italy, and if he had been nearby, meaning Caesar, and neither would the Carnutes have formed a plan for killing Tacitus, nor would the Brones be approaching the camp with so great a contempt for us. And the overall indirect statement, arbitrary is the main verb. Then down here, C is introducing a conditional clause. If he were nearby, talking about Caesar there. And then, let's see. So the Carnutes, which you mentioned here, are a Celtic tribe living between the Loire and the Seine, and they began the revolt by killing their king, Tascetius, a client of Caesar's. And then here, ille is often used to refer to the most important person and situation. Obviously, when Caesar's talking, it's Caesar's the most important. And then down here, and the neck in these two statements. Their present condition contrary to fact. Alright. So, he did not see the enemy as the authority, but the circumstance. The Rhine was near. The death of Ariovistus and our previous victories were a great grief to the Germans. And so at the top, providing say to make Titurius the subject. And he's sort of talking about himself. And then Magno Dolori is a predative dative. And then Ariovistus here was the leader of a German tribe that had invaded Gaul in 71, and Caesar drove him out of Gaul in 58, and I'm not sure quite how, but he died or was killed soon afterwards. And then again, I have another comparative here. Superior is earlier. Alright, so Gaul, Gaul, after suffering so many violent assaults, was subjugated under the Roman people and Roman people, and was ablaze. And with their previous glory of military affairs having been lost, and absolute this whole phrase here. Finally, who would persuade him of this without irrefutable evidence that Ambiorix had stooped to a plan of this type. And Gallium here is subject of indirect statement. Artery, just like I said, was ablaze. And then here, persuadet is a subjunctive. So another indirect statement who would persuade him of this. And then another indirect statement here, ambiorigam, subject the accusative, subjunctive verb. Alright. So his opinion was safe in either event, utrique patrum, either event. And if nothing was more difficult, another comparative, they would arrive with no danger at the nearest legion. If all Gaul agreed with the Germans, then their one safety was in speed. Alright, so get another indirect statement. So up here, of course, referring to Titurius as the accusative subject his own opinion is the subject of other indirect statement. So it would arrive, the subject is now expressed as the Romans. And then when he says if no greater difficulty, or if nothing was more difficult, what he's referring to there is if they're not attacked by the Gauls. What end indeed would the plan of Cotta and of those who disagree have, in which, if there was not presenting danger, but certainly famine was to be feared in a long siege. And so Cotta, the concilium here, the emphatic placement of Cotta and all those opposed to Titurius at the beginning of the clause, and the placement of the direct object concilium before the interrogative quem, so before quem there, expresses Titurius shouting in an indirect statement. And again, Caesar's just trying to paint a certain image of Titurius, which is not very flattering. And then, quem habere exitum, the question is again a rhetorical infinitive that is used in indirect statement rather than subjunctive here, the habere. And then in close, in which case, and then obsidione, an ablative of cause. So famine would be feared, cause would be caused by a long siege. Alright, and that is it. Thanks for watching, and I hope it helped.